This is the issue of our time. It's not just D.C., it's all these liberal cities all across the country, and this just happens to be the capital. And the gangbangers have been getting away with it. The teens are carjacking all over the place. I know they want to say that the numbers are down, but if you talk to people that are there, they don't feel that way.
By the way, I have to say that somebody from Doge was very badly hurt last night. You saw that. A young man who was beat up by a bunch of thugs in D.C. And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run.
So as I mentioned, just a few hours, President Trump will be holding a news conference addressing his crackdown on crime in D.C. and his plan to clean the place up and make our capital beautiful again.
Flashback.
President Trump is threatening a federal takeover of D.C. after police say a former Doge employee was brutally beaten in the nation's capital.
Lucas Tomlinson is live in Washington with the latest for us. Lucas?
Well, good morning, Ainsley. Big balls bloodied. The 19-year-old former Doge staffer beaten by a violent mob of minors in the nation's capital in a popular part of town. According to police, a 15-year-old male and a 15-year-old female were arrested and charged with unarmed carjacking. The attack prompting President Trump to post, "Crime in Washington, D.C. is totally out of control. Local, quote, youths and gang members, some only 14, 15, and 16 years old, are randomly attacking, mugging, maiming, and shooting innocent citizens. The most recent victim was beaten mercilessly by local thugs." Trump warned if crime is not dealt with properly, he may be forced to take over.
Somebody from Doge was very badly hurt last night. You saw that. A young man who was beat up by a bunch of thugs in D.C. And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run.
The White House says their efforts are in line with an executive order the president signed in March to make D.C. safer. He says in part on Truth Social, the homeless have to move out immediately. We will give you places to stay, but far from the Capitol. The criminals, you don't have to move out. We're going to put you in jail where you belong. It's all going to happen very fast, just like the border. President Trump has mobilized agents from several federal agencies for at least 7 days to fight violent crime. These include the ATF, DEA, and U.S. Park Police. The Washington Post reports the FBI is also reassigning more than 100 agents to overnight shifts to help local police, and a decision to call up the National Guard could come later on today. D.C.'s mayor says the city's crime rate is down 20%, though, compared to last year, and she's concerned that the Guard may not be used efficiently.
This is the issue of our time. It's not just D.C., it's all these liberal cities all across the country, and this just happens to be the capital. And the gangbangers have been getting away with it. The teens are carjacking all over the place. I know they want to say that the numbers are down, but if you talk to people that are there, they don't feel that way.
But she acknowledges the president has the power to deploy them.
While it is always the president's prerogative to use federal law enforcement or the National Guard even, you know, I've talked on your show before that the D.C. National Guard is the president's National Guard. Right. So that's always his prerogative. And federal law enforcement is always on the street in D.C., and we always work cooperatively with them.
Meanwhile, some days I feel unsafe going outside.
Recent shocking acts of violence have some on alert. A recent fatal drive-by shooting, along with a carjacking and beating in this neighborhood near U Street.
Which is insane. I mean, I just live a block this way, so to know that I'm so close to something like that is really terrifying.
So we asked residents what they think city leaders should do immediately to improve safety.
I feel like it's still very dark.
John Roeder says more functioning streetlights would help.
More streetlights, brighter streetlights, which sounds like so easy and simple, but I don't think we have enough of those.
For Cameron Talley, hearing about violence steps from her home.
Oh my word. Right here
brings back memories from a year ago.
We got caught in the middle of a drive-by shooting. So that was horrible.
Talley says the city should consider installing blue light emergency phones, seen often on college campuses.
Oh, I see a blue light, I can get to it and call for help.
For Dana Richardson, the quickest path to peace on city streets.
I think they need to do more about the juvenile crime.
He believes young people caught in the criminal justice system need the deterrent of jail time and not freedom while awaiting their fate.
I think it's because they keep on letting them go. No deterrent.
The The president has called out youth crime in particular. Just over the weekend, D.C. police say a young man fired another group of young people with a stolen gun in a popular neighborhood. He was arrested, and there were no victims. Now, a juvenile curfew is in effect in the area where the shooting took place. The president says his announcement this morning, though, like you said, Brian, will not only be about crime, it will also be about making the nation's capital more beautiful, saying the city is only getting dirtier and less attractive. Lawrence Ainsley and Brian.
Hey, Maddie, the one thing I would say is, do you notice both leaders, different parties, but they're very respectful for each other. It's kind of rare. The mayor was respectful to the president. You know, here the crime stats are down, but I'll take his help. And the president said, he's a great person, but I got to insert myself.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting hearing the D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser's tone over the weekend talking about this federal resources, local police. They've been very cooperative on this issue. But how could you not, you know, who doesn't want to make D.C. safer at this point? Yeah.
So true.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Maddie.
All right. Thank you, Maddie.
This is the issue of our time. It's not just D.C., it's all these liberal cities all across the country. And this just happens to be the capital. And the gangbangers have been getting away with it. The teens are carjacking all over the place. I know they want to say that the numbers are down, but if you talk to people that are there, they don't feel that way.
Flashback. Elias Rodriguez is being described by authorities as a terrorist fueled by hate and anti-Semitism, charged with firearms violations and murdering foreign officials.
Anti-Semitism will not be tolerated, especially in the nation's capital. Now, we're going to continue to investigate this as a hate crime and a crime of terrorism.
And we're learning disturbing new details that the suspect had flown into the Washington area on Monday and checked a 9mm handgun in with his luggage. The FBI says he bought a ticket to the event being held at the D.C. Capitol Jewish Museum, his alleged target location. It's there authorities say that he murdered in cold blood 30-year-old Yoran Lashinsky and his girlfriend, 26-year-old Sarah Milgram, targeting them as they left a celebration of Jewish heritage. He allegedly shot the two members of the Israeli embassy in the back and continued to fire at them after they fell to the ground. At least 21 shell casings discovered at the scene. And today, the city mourning a love story cut short. Lashinsky was planning to propose to Milgram next week. Friends and family describing the couple as lovely people who yearn for peace.
When it's time to go, you can choose how. You can wait for enforcement, or you can leave on your terms. The CBP Home app lets you self-deport with dignity, directly, and securely. Don't wait. Decide how it ends.
We need to stop the raids. This should not be happening in our city. It is not warranted.
What?
And it's not just the deportation. It's the fear that sets in when raids occur, when people are snatched off the street. And I know you are aware that even people who are here legally, even people who are U.S. citizens have been detained. Immigrants who had their papers and were showing up for their annual immigration appointment were detained when they showed up doing exactly what they were supposed to be doing.
Karen Basset Hound needs to go, like, at this point. This person cares more about illegal aliens than her own constituents. Like, you still haven't addressed the fact that you were in Ghana during the Palisades fire, but I do believe that, if I'm not mistaken, that was planned. That fire was planned. I have to do more research on that. But, and then there was no water in the reserves to be able to put the fires out. They were dry. Of course they're scared. They're not supposed to be here. So you're basically saying, come to our country, break our laws getting here, and we will fund you. We will give you money. We will give you housing. We will give you free medical. We will give you clothing, school, and everything. Just come here, break the law, and we got you. Her and Newscomb, like, why do they still have a job? Like, the fact that they still hold a position of power is beyond me at this point. And she does look like a basset hound. And I coined that phrase, Karen Basset Hound. What the hell is going on? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
But we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison. How to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%, okay?
Not even 6 o'clock in the morning. Criminals they're looking for. This is the criminals that they find. Hardworking men. The criminals that they find. This is all the criminals that they find. My dad and his co-workers. Uncles at that. Hardworking men. Nope, let me just not go to work today. Got arrested for trying to go to work.
Go back there and
Trump's America doesn't fit. They don't fit in Trump's admin.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.